All right. Four of Wands. Now, whenever fours come up, that's a pause. Now, it's a pause to celebrate and be grateful for what you have, which I know can be very difficult when you've got the Four of Cups and you've got the Five of Pentacles here. But that's what it is. It's a celebration. It's a change in the energy around you. Some of you might be considering, hey, I want a new job. I want to live in a new place. Which I know that sounds so obvious to say at the beginning of a new year, but not everyone, not a lot changes for some people with the new year. For some people it does, for other people it doesn't. So I don't assume anything. That's the Four of Wands, the change in the energy around you. It's like, okay, well, I have a solid foundation, but that's just it. Do you? Do you have a solid foundation? Because it kind of feels like, I don't know what you've been working on, whether it's that relationship, that job, whatever it is that you've been doing. This reading is telling you that you have a solid foundation. It's telling you to look at that clearly. Why? Because we have the sun coming up with this. The sun is clarity. The sun is the potential for great happiness. I'm kind of looking at the Four of Cups underneath this, where the person isn't actually seeing what they want to see, right? But yeah, this is telling you to pause, acknowledge your great foundation, no matter what you've been through. I get it. You've been through a lot. But with the sun coming up here, this is the potential for great happiness. Where do I take this? How do I build this? Now, whenever the sun comes up, I remind everyone that you are the sun in the solar system of your life. Whatever you choose to focus on, that is what you give life to. The sun grows things. It's the life-giving energy. That's you in your life. So you're being asked as for this week to focus on what you've achieved, what you have achieved. And you have. The Nine of Pentacles tells me that you've achieved something here as a past energy as well. And yet look at what the focus is on. The focus at the heart of the reading is on the Five of Pentacles. So we have this amazing energy either side of this, and yet the focus is on what I don't have. It can be, financial lack, emotional lack. It's the poverty card, right? It's rejection. It's feeling left out in the cold. It's struggling. I'm struggling right now. That's what the Five of Pentacles says. And you have a look. Now, there's always help available. I always say that when the Five of Pentacles shows up. But it might not be help that we want. I don't know if you're seeing it with the Four of Cups coming up there, but I'll get to that in a moment. But there is always help available to us. But sometimes there's strings attached. Sometimes it's not what we want. We don't want to sell our soul to the devil, that kind of energy, right? So we refuse it. We just think, it's okay. I'm good. I'll struggle through this. Now, that's not always a negative. I don't want to be clear on that. Trust me, I'm one of those people as well. I work that way. That I need to see what's not working in a situation. Blame my Virgo moon on that. But I want to see what's not working in this situation before I can know what to fix. So some people do. That's how they see the potential. They look at, what do I need to fix to get out of this situation? Other people don't. They look at, what do I want to expand? What's the positive here? What do I need to go? And it's asking you to do a combination of the both rather than just focusing on the lack. Now, for some of you, I want to say this, you've built something like the Nine of Pentacles this is the kind of it represents independence. It represents confidence. It represents mastery in an area. That's why she always has this kind of bird of prey or some animal with her. Some decks I've actually seen like a tiger or something that she has with her, but that's mastery. You've mastered something to be here. She's created this beautiful sanctuary, which is amazing. So pat on the back for that. There's strong energy with the Four of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles. Please, please, please give yourself a pat on the back for how far you've come, for everything that you've achieved, for what you've done, because you did it alone. Whatever it was, even if you worked with, I don't know, 1 million people to get it done, you did your part alone. You dug deep, you created this, whatever it was. The thing with the Nine of Pentacles, though, is it can become a gilded cage. And for some of you, I am seeing that the financial, the practical, whether it's I don't have a big enough house, or I don't have enough money for this, my savings or whatever, or I can't afford to leave this job yet because, I need the pay packet at the end of the month. I can't afford to leave this yet. Whatever it is, that kind of a notion. This can become a gilded cage. But it does remind us there's a whole world to explore outside of this. Now, you may not have wanted to do that before, but I kind of get the sense that you do now. Four of Wands asks for, how do I grow this? Basic, I'm going to say this. For some of you, it might just be that you're thinking about a house move or a job move, and finances are literally the issue here. You've had enough in the past, but you don't have enough to do what it is that you want to do. For others of you, it's deeper than that. It's about your physical security, stability. Could be from a relationship, from your investments, from your family, whatever it is, right? I don't have enough right now to be able, it's a struggle for me right now to do this. But you want change. You want change. You want to go bigger. And you kind of, the great thing about this energy, even with that Five of Pentacles there, is that you see the direction. This is not bleak reading. This is not someone who, woe is me, everything is shit. No, you've got some the Four of Wands is an amazing card of celebration. Celebrate how far you come. You've made a great start no matter what you did. No matter where you find yourself, you've done really well to get to where you are. And that's opening up doors for you. That's showing you. I mean, even with the sun, it doesn't mean we don't see obstacles. It doesn't mean we don't see what's going on. It just tells us that we now know which way to go. And the example that I've been giving, especially with the Nine of Pentacles there, is this can be when you're in the maze, right? You don't know. You're just taking the turns, going on faith or whatever, making it nice. This is the bird's eye view of the maze. You now know, oh, well, that's the direct path out of there. I know how to go around that. So you do see it, but for whatever reason, either you lack support or finances or something to go for this dream, or that's what you think. Because look at what comes up in the present. We have the Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups is someone who feels very stuck. You're not good with this. I'm telling you this, Virgo. Virgo is on it. You're on your way. You want to do something. You want to go travel. You want to move house. You want to change jobs. You want to build a relationship. You want to do something. Now, that can give us that urge and that push and the passion to go build something or do something or connect with people or do whatever, right? But not when we have two fours, because that's like nothing. You don't even know what to do, kind of. That's what's coming through. Because the Four of Cups is saying, I'm not happy with the options in front of me. And there is this energy of support. So the Three of Cups, this can represent the Three of Cups. I know it's the Four of Cups. I mean, those three cups in front of him represent the Three of Cups. That's the Ace of Cups coming in. So the Three of Cups coming in. And so it might be that I'm not getting the support that I want with the Five of Pentacles. That, you know, financially, emotionally, with people. I don't have the right workers to expand my business. Don't have the right team, whatever it is. But the options that you're looking at, those are not your only options. And it's very interesting because when people come to me for a reading and they sometimes don't know what to choose. And they're like, well, I'm considering this, you know. And first of all, cards never make a decision for you because that's what you're here to do. That's your free will. But when the Four of Cups comes up, I say, hey, whatever you've listed as your options, those aren't, if you liked any of them, it wouldn't be a question mark over it. It wouldn't feel like a struggle. There's another option. And you may have given up on it because you don't feel like you might feel like you don't have enough to go for it or do this right now. And that's that one, the Ace of Cups. That's the cup that you truly want. That's the option that you truly want. That's the one that you see your happiness in. And the Ace of Cups, it is that, right? The potential for we feel great. We think, wow, this can lead me to my heart's desire if I go with this feeling that I've got now. Especially sat underneath this energy. Now, why is it that you're not seeing that cup? Guys, trust me on this. You have enough. You have enough. You are enough. The Nine of Pentacles tells me that you are enough. Whatever you've built. And this is a card of, you know, like I say, it's the gilded cage and you've created it yourself. That doesn't mean you live in a mansion. You might live in a studio flat, but you went through certain steps. You built that up. You worked for it. You created it. But it's time to go bigger. Four of Wands says that. But you're thinking, I can't. Why is that? Well, the Magician tells us everything here. The Magician is saying, hey, not only do you not need that help that's coming in there, but this struggle, you have the knowledge and you have the tools to get what you want, to create what you want. Beautiful energy coming in here. And, you know, it's the only major, but no, sorry, the Sun was another major arcana. But what two amazing major arcana cards to get? The Sun and the Magician. You have all the tools necessary. You have everything that you need to do this. You have it. You don't need it from anyone else. You don't need the help from anyone else. You can create this because of this, whatever you went through here. It doesn't have to be a struggle. If we focus on, well, I don't have the money to do, well, okay, what could you do to get more money? Change jobs? Do something? Like you do see it. And so what the Magician says is, You have the knowledge, you have the tools. Do you have the confidence? Do you have the confidence? That's what it comes down to. You had the confidence. You used to have the confidence. But I kind of get the sense that from your independence, from your confidence, whatever's been coming in, it's like, well, is that all I bloody get for all my hard work, for everything that I put into this? There's a dissatisfaction, especially when it's kind of juxtaposed or, held against the vision that you have of where you could be, where you want to go, what your happiness actually looks like. But the magician makes it happen. He makes it happen. You have the Ace of Cups kind of implied in the Four of Cups. You have the Ace of Swords here. So aces are new beginnings, right? The magician has all the bloody aces. That's all the new beginnings that you could want. He has them. He has the Ace of Cups there. He has the Ace of Swords. There's the Ace of Wands, and there's the Ace of Pentacles. Every single new beginning is there. But it takes confidence. That's the whole point of the magician. He gets seen as a master manifester, and it's the card for Mercury, and you guys are ruled by Mercury. So it's about channeling that. That's what I said to you, that when we feel a lack, I don't know, say I look at my bank balance and I think, oh my God, is that all I've got? That could push me to work even harder, right? Or if I feel kind of alone, having like a, I don't know, Bridget Jones moment, kind of sat on a couch, kind of singing all by myself, if that's the case, and it's like, right, I'm going to go out there and start dating. I want to interact with more people. I want to join a community. I want to do that. So it can be the thing that pushes you. But it's how we use it. It's if we have the confidence to do that. If we tell ourselves this is all there is, this is all there will ever be, and it's a struggle, that's the truth, right? We're going to keep looking at the options that back that up. Remember the sun. You're the spotlight. What are you highlighting here? And it's kind of asking you to go back to your truth, what you can do, your confidence to build this. Because look at this, look at this reading. I don't see the fours as bad. I think if the cycle runs from an ace to the 10, the 4 is where we pause and say, well, okay, what's going on with my foundation? Where do I want to take this? What's next? How do I build this? How do I grow this? The next pause comes at the 7, where we reevaluate what we're getting back. But you've got a solid foundation. Trust that. But that's where confidence is needed. And that whole kind of perspective thing I was saying, right? Well, we can look at, this is how it's always going to be, or this is my problem to work on, right? That's what the Ace of Swords says. A new truth, a new perspective, a new beginning comes in from this. And I want to assure you on this, you've done the legwork, the practical, whatever you've been through, that legwork, you've done it. You have a solid base here to go for this. But with these two coming out, like bookending this reading, amazing energy to go for what you want. But it's to do with your own truth. Now, for some of you, that means communicating your truth. Magician, like I said, Mercury, communicating that this is what I want to do. This is what I want out of this situation. But it is speaking your truth. It's going forward with a new truth. And it stems from whatever this was, whatever this accomplishment you had in the past was. That could be last week, last month, last year, 10 years ago. And you've been feeling stuck. And trust me, I read for people all the time that have been stuck for those kinds of times. 10 years, 3 years, whatever. But this is not about being stuck now. It's the confidence to go forward. We can use this, the 5 of Pentacles, it can be the carrot or it can be the stick. I say this all the time. If you think of fire, we can either use that fire to, and I'm not, you can use that fire to blaze a path ahead of you, to go for what it is that you want, to reach that potential for happiness that you see. Or you can be consumed by that fire. Why do I not have this? Why is this my story? Why is this? Change the bloody story. The Ace of Swords says that. I always say the pen is mightier than the sword when I see the Ace of Swords, because it's a new truth. And the Ace of it's the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords, the implication always is here that we've just gone through a cycle which ended with the 10 of Swords, which ended with you lying face down in the dirt with 10 swords in your back. But what you did was threw out the shit that doesn't work, and swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our ideas, and you're left with one sword of truth, a new truth that you go forward with. And that gives you confidence. It gives you confidence to use the tools that you already have, that you worked hard to get. This is either going to be a reading of hope for people, as in, oh my God, I knew this. I was right. I can see this, but I just didn't know how to get it, you know, how to go about this. It's either that, or people are just looking at, well, no, I don't have enough. I don't have enough. But that's your choice, my lovelies. Do you continue looking at options that don't serve you? He'd grab one of those. If he wanted any of those cups, he'd grab it. He'd go for it. He's not even looking around because he thinks that's my lot. That's all I have, right? Stuck, boredom, apathy, all of that stuff. Celebrate how far you've come and then move forward. Because when you look back, when you celebrate, well, okay, I did this or I've achieved this, that reminds you of your own greatness. That reminds you, well, I deserve more than bloody 3 stinky cups that I don't even want. And so what if I'm wandering around in the cold outside? I can do this. And that's where that confidence comes in. That's what's confidence and a new truth. All right, Virgo. Thank you so much for watching your reading. I am going to be doing a live outro. So if anyone wants to come and talk to me on that, it'll be later on today, the day I'm posting this. Or, you know, I will attach it to the end once it's been recorded, once it's been streamed. I'll attach it to the end. I love you guys very much. Even those of you that wanted a gold star for having a wonderful life right now. Especially you guys, because I know, because I was like that. I will see you next time, but that's all for now. Goodbye.